So Florence was awesome. Once we got into Rome, once we got flew into the airport, the first thing was in Italy. It's not Rome and Florence and Venice. It's Roma, Florence, and Venezia. And so we're at the train station trying to catch our train from the airport, and we keep looking at the board, right? And we're looking at it, we're looking for Florence. That's our first stop. We're going up the thing, down the thing. It's not on the board anywhere. I'm like, are we at the right train station? And so we keep looking, and we go and we ask an attendant. You know, some of them speak English and some of them don't. Long story short, they were like, Florence. We're like, no, Florence. They're like, yes, Florence. It was went back and forth. So that was our first adventure off of the plane in the train station. So we was like, oh, we're going to Florence. Where is that at? Is that going to get us where we need to take the train to Florence? And then from Florence to Florence, like we were just super confused. People everywhere. We got to these gardens. We didn't even know where to go. We didn't look at the map. We just got our stuff. So let's go. We just started exploring. Across Ponte Vecchio, got onto the other side, and we got to this garden. We were asking at the hotel, you know, where should we go? What should we check out? This or that or whatever. We got across the bridge, and we saw these gardens and these huge doors. I mean, 30-foot tall doors that were on this perimeter gate fence, whatever you want to call it, and it was to these gardens, the Bilboa Gardens. And in this place there were statues, obviously there was gardens, there was rows upon rows of trees. I mean, you would see people just lounging. It was a huge, I would call it a park. I don't know if it'd be like, it's kind of like in Oklahoma City with the Myriad Gardens, maybe, but there's these people chilling. I can't remember if people were walking their dogs or not, or pets, but it was huge, and it was a lot of walking. And then it kept going up into the hill, and there was a forum up there. Then we had some more statues over here, and that was just our first experience. And there was this huge hill where people were just chilling, just hanging out. That was the one thing about it, is like in Florence, like a lot of people just hanging out. They go to these places, whatever, and the city is just absolutely gorgeous. The second day is like when it hit me, like straight in the face, just wham. We got out of our hotel and we're walking down this corridor, and so I turned this corner and it hit me straight in the face, and it was like, okay, I'm in Italy, right? I turned this corner, and this one piazza, whatever, these statues, guys, were absolutely amazing. And there's these yoked up suckers, right? Like Zeus, like the gods, right? Huge. I mean, their backs are huge, their arms are huge, their legs are huge. Zeus, and there was this one called the Rape. And there was this one that had, my favorite, that had Medusa's head cut off, and he's holding it up. He's like, Medusa's head.
My favorite one was the black one that hold it with the head cut off.
Yeah. That was my favorite one.
I love that one.
They had some of this, it was just, there's this big ass turtle. They had this one stage where there was like 8, 9, 10 different statues. Like, it was just, this one, that hour I think that we spent in that plaza was absolutely breathtaking, and we just stood there and was taking photos of these statues and looking at all the detail, and it was just, my mom went a long time ago and she tried to describe this, she tried to describe it to me, but even me not trying to describe it to you guys, it's not even, it's hard to describe. It's hard to describe it. And you'll see it in photos and videos and things like that, but you don't get the magnitude of how big everything is. We got a tour guide. She was explaining how like two families basically ran everything. She also explained how the Duomo is the second biggest church in the world, maybe? They were getting so big that Rome was getting jealous because the Vatican's the biggest and the Santa Maria Duomo was the second largest, and so they were getting so big that Rome actually exiled Florence out of their network, I guess that's what you want to call it. So the second night in Florence was my absolute favorite. I think out of the whole entire trip, that night, now the whole trip was amazing, but that night was amazing. That night was awesome. We went to the Piazza Michelangelo. What happened was after we got through shopping, we went shopping, and one of the ladies in the boutique was, you need to go to the Piazza Michelangelo. And we're like, what? It's like, it's the statue of David. It's a totally different one. There's actually two. There's one in the Accademia, and then there's the one at the Piazza, and it's up on the south side of the river on top of a hill. She says, go grab a bottle of wine, get a cab up there, go up there at sunset. It's gonna be amazing. So we did. We went up there. Best views, amazing sunset. There was a guy down there playing Nirvana down on the steps, and we went to the steps, and there was teenagers there. There was college kids there. They had vendors that were selling anything, wine, beer, whatever. People were just chilling and hanging out, watching the beautiful sunset, and it was probably my favorite moment of the whole trip. I don't know, there was a lot of favorite moments, but I couldn't get the cork. I couldn't get the cork undone out of the bottle. I was trying, and I couldn't get it undone, and Stacey just boop, popped it off. Like I think I did all the work, but she's the one that actually got it off. So
That you couldn't actually work the wine opener.
Uh-huh.
I loved that you didn't know how to work it. You got so frustrated.
I did.
We bought some.
And then you just popped it. And then you just popped it open.
Like crystal, like glasses.
It wasn't plastic. It was real glass.
Pretty wine glasses. We went on top of the mountain, like on top of the whatever it was.
That night was absolutely spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. I think I've watched that video back on my phone like so many times with the guy playing on the steps. It was absolutely amazing.
It's the reason why I keep working hard. 7 p.m. Florence, Italy.
We can drink our wine as we're walking along. Do you have the cork still?
Yeah.
Just as bored as me. She cut me holding my gun. It amazes me the way I feel.
So we went shopping.
I wish I would have bought more stuff. I didn't realize that Florence was so well known for their leather goods.
Leathers.
And that they were actually so reasonably priced. But it was our first stop. I didn't want to spend all my money.
Well, that was the thing was you like, oh, I want this, but it's our first stop.
Right, you
It's
don't
like
want to spend all your money on the first
we got
stop.
so many people, we got so many places to go.
Yeah.
And in one of the markets, there's this pig, and you're supposed to rub his nose for luck, and you put a penny in his mouth, and this is fountain. If the penny drops and goes actually into the fountain and makes it, it's a sign that you will return. If it doesn't make it, if it hits the drain, if it bounces out, it means you're not going to come back. So I put the coin up in his mouth, dropped it. It didn't go in. I brushed it anyways. I said I make my own luck.
So the pig was the good luck thing, the marketplace. Let's keep talking about shopping. Do you remember Giuseppe? What about Giuseppe?
Jacket. With Giuseppe.
Oh, we gotta be Italian.
Veramente bellissima, una bella.
So, how many languages did he say he spoke?
Who?
One of the purse guys in the market.
5 different languages, I think.
And also many other important buildings. Then in Italy, besides
This was a church.
on the sides of this church,
At the same time.
in this type of painting, was never that satisfied.
This is where you're supposed to pour to.
We haven't even gone down anyways.